Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about World's Finest number 250, published in May of 1978, which was billed as the 250th smash issue. And it's a real departure from other milestone issues, so World's Finest 100, which was published in March of 1959, and even World's Finest 200, published in February of 1971. Neither one of those issues really took note of the fact that it was the big anniversary issue. There was a lot of Robin, but there wasn't the big team up like they had here. There wasn't a 50-page story that involved all five of the characters, or whatever the characters were at the time. And so in this case, we get a storyline that includes Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, although it's Earth 2 Wonder Woman, and of course Green Arrow and Black Canary. And I find this fascinating, this kind of difference in this approach. And I think it's a precursor to what we would see with the big crossover events in the mid 80s. So even though this isn't in the mid 80s yet, I think it's starting to get there. So what we would see in Secret Wars and Crisis on Infinite Earths, where the comic book companies, Marvel and DC in this case, are starting to realize the power of what they have. And so they want to bring them together and create these events that everybody can kind of get behind. And of course, they can sell more comics. So this opens up with Batman and Superman returning from an interstellar mission, landing on Earth, Batman in Gotham, Superman in Metropolis, to find a bunch of Nazis attacking them and kind of trying to figure out what's happening. And what's happening is that many of the heroes are completely erased. There is no Flash. There is no Green Lantern. They even travel to Themyscira, and there is no Wonder Woman. And they don't know what's going on. Well, if you remember, at the end of World's Finest number 249, and I'll link to the video I did on that, Black Canary and Green Arrow are on the verge of breaking up because Black Canary feels out of place in this world and feels like she didn't get her chance to mourn. So Green Arrow and Black Canary go up to the Watchtower and jump over to Earth 2 to try and give her that closure that she needs, despite the fact that Hawkman warns them not to do it because there are problems with this. And one of the problems is it creates a rift in space and time, which starts to lead to the disappearance of all the heroes. So Black Canary and Green Arrow land on Earth 2, and they immediately run up against that Earth's Wonder Woman, who is trying to fight off some Nazis back in the 1940s. And they've got a Professor Ransom, although sometimes he's called Ransom here. It just depends on who's talking, or maybe a mistake by the letterer. I'm not really sure. And he has a device that will allow them to travel through time. Unfortunately, he hits the button and he is transformed into this creature that they then have to fight, the Time Ravager, or just Ravager as he's called. So the heroes have to go up against two different villains in this case, the Ravager and Agent Axis, a Nazi criminal that wants the power that the Ravager has. So Green Arrow, Black Canary, and Wonder Woman are taking on this newly formed Ravager. They're losing badly. Batman and Superman shows up. Unfortunately, Ravager has the power to turn Superman old. And so he can't fight the Ravager because you always have to do something to take out Superman. And so they have to come up with a plan that allows them to take out the Ravager without Superman being affected. And that plan involves Black Canary and Wonder Woman sneaking into the Nazi stronghold where they have the Ravager being held and the Nazis are trying to extract his power, and then Green Arrow and Batman allowing themselves to get captured, and Superman coming in, and a big fight ensues, and of course, eventually the good guys win, and everything is returned to normal. Ravager dies, so this is a one-shot bad guy, which is fascinating in and of itself. And Agent Axis doesn't appear again in any other issues that I'm aware of. But this is it's kind of an interesting storyline in the fact that it really is trying to get closure for Black Canary, and of course, in doing so, almost destroying the world. That part's bad, but I do think that the storyline itself is really interesting, and it shows the lengths to which Green Arrow will do whatever he needs to in order to protect Black Canary, and how much he cares for her in their kind of weird way that is not always healthy. I do like to see stories where Green Arrow and Black Canary are at the center. Again, even if in this case it means they almost destroyed two worlds. But it's a good read. It's a read of its time and worth checking out if you can find it. Thanks for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe.